morning again, guys, from Tampa Bay. I'm getting ready to go to another networking meeting here for the Association of Bridal Consultants, because as some of you know, I'm a wedding photographer, and we have these meetings. I'm a member of the association, and we have them on the first Tuesday of 11 months of the year. This one is actually being held right down where I was for that sunrise photo shoot the other day, right next to the Clearwater Aquarium. So I'm anticipating a little bit of traffic. I'm also going to try again to do a successful hat cam. I need to nail down all the little bugs with that idea before I go to the big expo show in another 2 weeks, because I'll be doing that on the day that the wife and I go down. I'll be covering the show just from a consumer perspective on the last day there. Really nice day out again. I'm trying something different today with the camera. The GoPro has 4 different field of view settings. From very wide angle, which is what I've been shooting with up until today. Man, cut that corner, dude. And it's equivalent to somewhere around an 8mm lens, and it does have a bit of a fisheye look to it, obviously, because it's so wide. And with every camera, there are pros and cons to every setting. The pro to that is, what it gives you is a very natural perspective view. So basically, what you see is what I see outside of the visor. You can see the sides and the top and the bottom are exactly what I see as far as how much I can see with my own eye. So it's a really cool view to show you guys what I'm seeing and kind of take you with me. The downside to that is, because it's squished onto the size of your monitor, it makes everything in the center sections, which is most of what you're viewing, a lot smaller. It makes things appear a lot farther away than they are, and it distorts the perspective. And of course, you lose a lot of detail. So it's really a balancing game between what you want to look good. So what I did right now, what you're viewing, is 1 tick down. So now I'm on just the wide instead of the Superview setting. So this is equivalent somewhere to about a 24mm, somewhere in their range. I won't know until I get home what it looks like, but I'm hoping it's a good enough compromise between seeing enough on the edges and the top and the bottom, but yet showing more detail and bringing things a little closer to what they really look like for the majority of the frame. Are you serious? Handicapper. See, now on Superview, I know that wouldn't have looked very close at all. Of course, it wasn't close. I saw him do it. I was prepared to do it. But he was only about 10 car lengths ahead of me. So we'll see how that looks in this view setting. If I wanted it to look normal in front of me, I would have to go to probably the narrow view, which is closer to, a 1-to-1 ratio. Yeah, you go in there. Old fart. Man, I'll tell you, I have to find some better boots. I've been using the same brand and model of boot for, well, ever since I've been riding, so the last 8+ years. And they're okay, but they don't last because they're not motorcycle boots. And the biggest difference is how much support and protection they have on the top of the toe. Because of course you're doing all your shifting with your left foot, and it wears the crap out of the top of normal shoes or boots. And motorcycle boots have a lot more sturdy material right there so it can take the wear. Plus, these boots are just regular old construction boots. And the problem isn't when I'm riding, it's when I'm trying to walk in them. They're actually very comfy boots. The problem is I'm a 14EE, and it is virtually impossible to find actual motorcycle boots in stores that I can try on in 14EE. Most of my shoes I have to mail order. And I'm thinking the only place around here is probably going to be the Harley store. Now we have a beautiful Harley Davidson network around Tampa. Have, I don't know, 3 or 4 really big dealers, and one of them is right down the street from me, about a mile away. Beautiful showroom, and they have tons and tons of apparel and everything, and they have, I know they have a decent boot selection. I haven't looked in detail, but I was in there the other day when I bought the side stand puck, and I saw they had a wall of boots, so if anybody around here is going to have them, it's going to be them. The regular motorcycle dealers around here pretty much have stopped carrying apparel. My local dealer has a little pathetic selection. They pretty much only carry one brand of anything. So one brand of gloves, a couple brand of helmets, but they don't stock anything. I couldn't even try on my size because they didn't even have any double XLs when I was trying them on and wanting to buy them a new one. The wife and I had to go down to another dealer just to find a helmet that she could fit and try on. So it's really tough. And if you mail order stuff, which I could do, I mean, that's trial and error. My last pair of running shoes, I went through 3 pairs mail order before I found one that fit. You just can't go by the stuff on the websites that say what size they are, what kind of feet they fit. I have to try them. And even though I was going through Zappos, there wasn't any kind of return fees or anything. It's still a couple weeks process instead of just going into a store and a half an hour later having your new product. You know, there's something to be said for that. I am not into buying apparel or clothes or anything that I have to fit by mail order. The wife loves it, and I truly have no idea how these stores stay in business that cater to women, because I know she's not alone, but she will order stuff from all over the place, not just Zappos, but other kinds of stores that have these wide open return policies. She'll order a dozen different things, keep 3 or 4 of them, return the rest, turn around, do it again. It's just perpetual. And she'll wear stuff for a week, return them. We have in my office a huge stash of boxes and shipping materials, and that's all the stuff that she currently has that she's going to return or doesn't know if she's going to return yet and still within the policy date. It's literally a mountain of cardboard boxes in the corner of the office. But how in the world are companies making money with policies like that? I don't get it. You know, I'm completely opposite. I want to do the research, and I don't want to be hassled by having to return something or having to try something, and I just want to know this is what I want, buy it, and be done with it. That's it. But man, like I said, I know she's not alone. I know a lot of other women that do that. I just don't get it. But they have to be either building the cost into the products because they know this is what happens, or they're just not making as much as they could, or both. It's just crazy to me. And it's all the time. I mean, she does the thing with clothes and shoes and cell phone cases and purses, any kind of store that has that open policy, she'll take advantage of. I mean, it's nothing wrong with it. That's the whole point of it. And that's how these stores cater to all the women that like to shop that way. I'm anticipating a good bit of traffic here. It's 10:30 in the morning. Meeting starts at 11, but these, like I said in the last one I went to, they always kind of start late. So I'm not in a rush. I'm not doing anything but attending this time. It's free because I was the photographer last time, so they give me a credit. So I don't have to pay, that's good. Man, I'll tell you what, last time, everybody was disappointed because the venue was cool. It was the art museum. That was the one where I got lost going to it. But the catering, they did it. The actual museum, oh my God, it sucked. It was horrible, and that's pretty much what we're paying for. You know, the tickets range from the early bird of $15, which hardly anybody gets in on because they do such a poor job of organizing it. They don't announce what kind of speaker it is until the early bird is expired. So you have to kind of go on blind faith if you want to save the $5 or $7 to get the early bird discount. So then it goes up to, I think, $22.50, and then $30 if you wait even longer, and it's like $35 at the door. And pretty much all you're paying for is the cost of the food, because all the other services for the vendors that are participating are donated. So the catering is the only one that gets paid. So we're buying a lunch or a dinner for our ticket price, and it was just horrid. I mean, whoever did it can't cook. That's all I can say. They had zero seasoning, zero flavor. Everything was disgusting. Nobody was finishing it. And I was about the only one that said anything. Everyone else was too nice. But I mean, when you're raking in a few $100 and you're paying for that garbage, something has to be said about it. And I'm just a tell it like it is kind of person. And of course the organizers agreed, and they will not ever be using them again for food if they're ever back there, which I doubt they will be anyway. But live and learn. Usually it's a normal wedding vendor that does the catering. I have no idea why they even use them. It's not like any wedding would be using them for food. They'd be using one of the established vendors. And there are plenty of them around here that are awesome. There were 3 of them that were attending that meeting, and they were like, you gotta be kidding me. Whatever. So I'm going down here a few miles. We'll get back on 60. Head straight on across through downtown. Head on over the water again. I'm really anxious to see what this view looks like. See if I want to keep it or not. I know most other people that are doing videos are using this setting that I'm on right now. But I just really like the extra perspective that the other one gave you. But man, it just distorts everything so much. It was just kind of getting on my nerves. And I figured if it was getting on my nerves, it was probably turning some other people off too. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe everybody likes the other one better. Let me know. Please let me know. Watch this one. Watch my last one. And let me know which one looks better to you and why. It was funny, when I was coming home from the last one, I was at a light next to a cop. And he goes, hey man. I look over and he's like, how do you like your GoPro? I said, I love it. He's like, do you feel it much? I said, no. Super small and lightweight. He's like, what is it, a couple pounds? I said, no. A few ounces. He's like, oh wow. I get questions and looks like that every time I stop at a light. Even though it's nice and black now, and it certainly stands out less than it did before, it's sticking out, so you can't miss it, especially if you're just sitting there at a light. But I really don't notice it. I'm getting a lot of buffing right now, if you can't tell in the video, just from all this traffic. It's weird how sometimes the airstream like this, oh, look at that crosswind, look at that flag, that's why. It's just strange how different it can be one day to the next. If I'm going into a head or a tailwind, it really doesn't do much in traffic. But right here, I'm getting tossed around. I do get a much more stable ride if I put the windscreen down. I want to see how much more noise it introduces into the mic. I've got the advanced noise control turned on in the 20S. So this will be a good test right here. See if it sounds any different, because I'm getting a whole lot of wind noise through the helmet right now. I mean, it's pretty darn loud. Loud enough where I would want earplugs if I was riding like this a lot. Windscreen down I found is really good up until about 55. And then the wind gets really loud. There's no buffeting, there's no movement. doesn't want to push me back or anything like that. It's very comfortable. It's just super loud. But of course now with this windscreen, I just absolutely love to ride with it up and the visor up. It is just phenomenal. It's like riding without a helmet. It's so much more open. Not that I'm claustrophobic at all, but I'm looking through less. You know, I'm wearing glasses, normally looking through the visor and the pin screen visor, so it's different. You know, it's like looking through a car window and then rolling it down. But I hear more, the air is fresher. It's just, and then with the windscreen up and moving, of course, it's so much quieter. And the one thing that is kind of throwing me off, you know, I've been hearing these rattles and everything. I think they've always been there, but here's the thing. When I have the windscreen up, it's not only quieter just from the lack of wind noise, but I hear everything down in the engine more because of the way it's reflecting. I was sitting here at an idle, and I was just putting the screen up. I was leaving the McDonald's the other morning, and with it in the down position, it's reflecting all the engine noise and all the sound like that more down. I don't hear it. But with it up, it is reflected exactly back towards my helmet. So it's not that anything's louder or that, you know, anything's quieter. It's just I'm hearing things because it's like holding your hands behind your ears. You're just hearing things more tuned, more focused. Now I know you're going to hear some wind here because I still have the visor up. So this should be a little quieter. I do like the audio from this setup better with the visor closed. It makes my voice sound better, but like I said, I love riding with the visor and the windscreen up. It's just so comfy. So I'll put it up here. See if that sounds any different. My visor's still closed. Now I'll open my visor. And the wind noise should still be the same, but my voice should have changed. Oh, this is just so nice. Now we're right at 55 here. Of course, everybody's doing exactly 55 because there's a cop right next to me. And that's the speed limit. Oh, so nice. Alright, well, I'm going to give you guys a little relaxing ride on the rest of the way down there. Let's see, do I want to cut over? Nah. With this much traffic, it's kind of better to stay on 19 and get down there quicker. I do only have a half an hour, and I got to set up my hat cam. And take off my gear. If I go over to alternate, which I'd make a right at any of these lights here and go down alternate, it's a nicer drive. It's a lot slower though. It's just 2-lane roads. And they're 35. And there's just as many lights. Alright, so have a relaxing ride and I'll pick it up when I get down there. Switch on to hat cam. And we'll give that a shot. Okay, hat cam. Hopefully the audio is good. Hopefully my field of view is good. We'll find out. Haven't tried it on this point of view on the hat cam at all. First time for everything, right? And I remembered my business card this time. Imagine that. You're welcome. Morning. How are you? Good, how are you? Good. It's a nice looking place.
It is very nice. Food is excellent. Thank you. All right, you're freebie today, so
Right.
you're all set.
Okay.
All right, enjoy.
Hi.
Good morning.
The card jar up here?
The what?
The business card jar?
Yeah. I didn't hear you.
Is the business card jar up here?
Yes. Yep. All right, you guys are all set. Right here. Thank you. You're welcome. It is Brian.
All right.
It's good. It's good. And you know,
I'm interested to see how the audio comes through while I'm walking and how jittery it is while I'm stepping, especially in these boots.
Did you check in at
It's over here.
And then you're coming right out to the taking deck out front. Out front. And there's appetizers.
Oh, bigger than I thought it was.
Restaurant up near the front. Okay.
Ooh, I love water walls. Oh, beautiful outdoor setting. Anything except summer, this would be great. I would love one of these in the house. So cool. Alright, let's see who's here. Ooh, a lot of wine. Chilled too. What's up, Felix? Good to see you.
He's a media guy. Can you
Hi.
Brittany, nice to
Brian.
meet you.
You too.
Are you filming right now, dude?
Yep. Giving everybody a tour of the place.
That's too funny.
And tell him that I had to send him out here so that he didn't wonder where Bill was. And then I gave him mine even though he didn't have an order to pick up my bag.
Nice.
Well, and while I had him, I had him.
I love Florida. I was just informed that I'm missing out on appetizers on the tiki deck. Let's go find that. Wherever that is. Out front on the tiki deck. Am I missing something? Oh! I am missing something. She said this is where they typically have ceremonies set up. Very cool. Alright, so here's mingling before the presentation. Let's see how wide this gets. So I'm really testing this for the trade show. So this, I'm right in the corner now, facing right in the center. I want to see if I can see these two 90-degree sides at all. If I can't at least see that, I'll pretend one of these tables is like a new motorcycle. let's see. You know what? Those 5 chairs lined up, those are about the size of a motorcycle. So I want to see, I want to be able to get right up to it because we'll be at the trade show like this close. So I want to be able to make sure I can see everything, but I want to see detail. So I'll get up close like I'm looking at the gauges or something. I'm about 5 feet away from it right now, from the row. So we'll see if that's wide enough. And you know what? I'm going to switch it right now. I'm going to go to super wide and I'll walk through again. Okay, so now I'm going to backtrack. Now I'm on super wide. Stand in the same spot here, 5 feet away, looking at the row chairs. Get down, look at the new motorcycle. Looks pretty cool. Get up real close here. I'm about a foot away. Alright, let's go back to this corner. There. Don't mind me. People are like, what the hell is he doing? I'm used to looking dumb. Go back in again, do it all again. So this will be a real good test here. Cool looking grill going on. Check out this. Oh, just noticed there's music playing. I'm gonna have to be real careful. I don't think it's loud enough to pick too much up on, but I'm gonna have to keep talking over it. Check out this water wall again. This will be a good test of how the center detail comes out. Same spot here. Maybe I can even do a side-by-side.
Pretty cool place.
Yeah, really cool.
You didn't know? See, I've
No,
done
never
events
been here.
Oh my god.
I never even knew it was here.
Like all-star. But yeah, they have a bar inside here. This is their banquet space, and then you have the outdoor deck. And then if you go out on that front tiki deck,
I
that's
was
where
just
they
out
do
there.
ceremonies
Yeah.
and stuff.
Seriously? That's like free. Wow.
So this is another one of my places that I do stuff. You know me, I know all this stuff.
Yeah, you gotta file them away.
And I've even, this has been our backup space. If I've had beach weddings and stuff, I've used this as a backup space.
Yeah,
And it's cool.
it's real cool. Spacious,
And it's beautiful.
beautiful, absolutely. I mean, it's a top-notch
They have
restaurant.
a brunch. Have you had brunch here?
No,
yet?
I've never been
Oh
here.
my God, it's $20. It's amazing. That whole entire area is filled up. They have a boat full of sushi and raw stuff.
Say no more. I'm gonna look it
It's
up. I'm
great.
going.
See, it's closer now where Bill and I live. We only live up by Largo Mall now,
Nice.
so we'll be out
Yeah,
here
you're
more often.
10 minutes.
I know.
He's recording everybody.
Well, he's never been here.
Never.
I'm testing too, because I'm doing a big motorcycle expo in 2 weeks, and I gotta get this thing down pat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Hey, I thought it was cool when he built her.
Oh yeah, there's definitely music in here. I think it'd be picked up. Well, crap on a stick, because that means I hate having to worry about that. I wish YouTube would just knock it off as far as being that sensitive to it. If it's just stuff playing, we're not adding it to the videos. We're not making any money off of it. Okay, so anyway, now back outside. I'm gonna clip it off. Real anxious now to see the footage and see how the audio does. See you guys later. All right, guys, meeting's done. Going back home. I'm gonna leave it on the Superview on the way back home so we can all see the exact difference. I'll do the same road back just to get a good comparison. And like I said, I'm real curious as to which one I'm gonna like better and which one you guys like better, so please let me know in the comments if you like the wide that was coming down here or the ultra wide, which is going back. Turned out to be a really good meeting. The speaker was an attorney, and she did all kinds of topics about patents, trademarks, copyrights, and how various things applied to us business owners. There were about 40 of us that showed up, excellent lunch. Oh my god, this venue is awesome. Turns out it's a sister restaurant to my favorite one in the entire area. This is the Island Way Grill, and I should have known from the name. And it's owned by the same people that do the Salt Rock Grill down in Madeira Beach, which is just heaven. I mean, I've raved about it before in other videos. Haven't been down there in years. It's really not close to us anymore, and very expensive, but worth every penny. It's just one of those where everything you order is just awesome. But lunch here, we did some appetizers out on the terrace there, and that was about a half an hour meet and greet. Really good stuff, cheeses, fruits, that kind of stuff. And then the actual lunch was a little filet mignon and some, I'm not sure what kind of fish it was. It might have been a grouper, but it was just so moist and flaky, perfectly done. And a fruit chutney and some really awesome smashed potatoes. It had some, I tasted some lime in it and a little bit of mint. It was just this really delicious tropical spice mix in it. I hadn't had it before. Just went absolutely perfectly. But the speaker was really the highlight. She did about an hour presentation, and I actually learned something. I do, a lot of websites for people, and apparently when I design a website, I own the copyright to it. And I actually didn't know that. I thought it was for actual creative works. Like, obviously I know photographs and videos are mine, but I didn't know that producing the websites also generates the copyright. So obviously I need some specific verbiage, and she had to run to another meeting right after this, but she told me to contact her, and so I'll have, okay, I gotta figure out how to stop that from happening. That scared the crap out of me. Wow. I hope that ringtone didn't come through the video, because it's going to be really loud if it did. I didn't even know what it was at first because it was kind of distorted. It was so loud. Still have to figure out all these features on the Sena unit. I figured out that, well, the voice commands are pretty cool. They really aren't that reliable. So if I want to do music or anything through my phone, I want to do it manually. So I really do need to get those conductive fibers and figure out how to put them on my gloves. Problem is, the leather is so thick on the gloves. I tried doing it with copper threads, but I don't even have needles strong enough to go through the leather like that. So it'd be nice if they had some kind of adhesive, like a little fingertip adhesive or something, but I don't know. I'll have to look for something, because I want to be able to control my phone. It sort of works right now through the leather, but it's very hit or miss, so it's not a real great solution. Alright, well, that's about it for today. When I get on home, only got about another 10 or 15 minutes of GoPro battery left, so not gonna do much else, and there's really nothing left to say today. Hope you enjoyed the ride. Please, again, let me know what you think about either of the video formats in the comments. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.